Hey everybody, it's Randy with Carchaeology, and I am worn out from a very active weekend of car play. I wanted to share with you some photos and little bits of video of my travels, because frickin' ha, what a blast this one was. So Saturday's adventure started early in the 29 Ford Roadster. I aimed down to Rainbow, California, to the Rainbow Oaks restaurant to join up with some fellow hot rodders for a little chow, and then a run on down to Deer Park in Escondido. Now, the event at Deer Park was an all-Ford swap meet. However, there were indeed some Chevys that showed up, including this Corvette. Some fantastic parts were up for grabs, a small event, probably 30, 40 vendors, I'm guessing, with a whole variety of vintage tin and parts. It was awesome to walk around and look at all the goodies. I kept my hand in my pocket for all but a couple of small items, but I definitely enjoyed my time walking around looking at the treasures. Now, Deer Park also has a fantastic automotive museum with an amazing collection, not only of cars, but memorabilia, fantastic signs and treasures and antiques and things like that. Motorcycles as well. Old arcade games, funky microcars, Coca-Cola stuff. I mean, this place is an absolute treasure trove of amazing Americana. Inside, outside, all around the property, there are tons of fantastic cars, and this collection has been here for a number of years. It's been a while since I've been in here. It seems reasonably unchanged. It's almost as if time has stopped in this amazing garage and collection, but it was a blast to walk around and see everything. Really cool American iron everywhere you look, mostly from the 50s and 60s, but obviously some earlier cars as well. Now, they also have a huge collection of electronics, the Crosley radios, the RCA Victor display. There's a big thing for General Electric and Philco. Really cool to see a collection that includes some housewares as well. From there, I hopped back in the Roadster, and it was just too beautiful of a day to go straight home, so I ended up aiming on out to Josies Hideout out near Lake Henshaw, California, to meet up with a bunch of buddies in the Porsche 356 Club. And here they are rolling in. It was fun to see these cars come on into this primarily biker bar to invade and hang out and have a good time. Now, this group is part of the SoCal 356 Club. They started down in San Clemente, California, I think, this morning, and ended up up at Josies Hideout. So it was really fun to be there. I know a lot of people in this club, and even though I did not drive my 356, it was still fun to be there. They even gave me a dash plaque because I at least was there for the end of it and captured some video of these little bathtubs rolling on in. In any case, Josies Hideout is a really bitchin' place. Classic roadhouse. It was a beautiful day. Super fun to see all the cars and bikes. Have a beer, have a quick bite, and to see good friends. And the Porsches kept on coming. I don't know how many cars total. I think I want to say it was about 25 of them or so. And they had quite the run to make it out to this spot here. And they were all ready for a good stop. Lots of people checking out the Ford. The second batch of Porsches came rolling in as well. Nice early 356 there, kind of rallied out. Love that. This black 356, and my buddy Dave, he drove that thing down from Palmdale, California. So he was 200 miles away from this spot that I videoed in here in this car that he really has just bought and driven. In any case, cool to see the Porsches parked along there. We said our goodbyes. I snapped a few more pictures, and then I got back on the road to drive on home. Now the clouds were starting to build, and sure enough, top down, we have rain. And it was really up and down, but it was super fun. Now, fortunately, I wasn't too far from home, but there was no stopping because I just would have gotten wetter.
I love it.
So I made it back to the lab, got in the garage. Just when the rain stopped, you could see my rain shadow there and the smile on my face. A good time. So the next morning, I woke up early, got in the Walley Hornet to aim out for a Cars and Coffee event in Santa Isabelle, California, which is in North County, San Diego. Beautiful morning for the right-hand drive, little Walley. The rain had passed, and the sun was shining. And what a fun little road car this is. I absolutely dig this little machine. Having an absolute blast winging this thing around the twisties out here in these little country roads where these cars were totally built to run. Super fun day. Now, as I rolled out there, I did stop at Oak Grove, where there are 97 pleasant people and 3 grouches. We did hit some fog along the way, which was a bit crazy at times, but this was in sort of a low spot of the valley as you're going across Highway 79. It was a little bit of a whiteout situation in some spots, but once we got up to a higher elevation closer to where the event was, the sun was shining, and it was an absolutely beautiful day. My little handheld gimbal here, do not try this at home, folks. But anyway, had to bring you along for the ride. Here we are, Santa Isabelle, California. Beautiful little town up in the San Diego mountains, close to Julian, known for their pies and other baked goods. And our destination is Dudley's Bakery. As I pulled on in the parking lot, I found another Mini to park next to, and then started walking around to check out the cars. So a lot of great sports cars make the trip on out to this event. It is beautiful country roads from every possible direction, so it is a great destination, Cars and Coffee. There's not a whole lot going on right around there, but it is the path there that makes it so much fun. Now, this was St. Patrick's Day, so green was the color of choice. Some people dressed up for fun to match their cars and to just be wacky and enjoy the day. The local Volkswagen Club in Temecula rolled out in mass, had a nice crew of those guys, a bunch of good friends of mine, and it was fun to see them join up with the Lotuses and the other variety of exotics that arrived there. So when we were done with this particular gathering here, we ended up loading up for a little run. The Volkswagen guys following me in the Mini took a nice little country cutoff road. Again, absolutely stunning day. Everything out here is nice and green and pretty after the recent rains, and this one little cutoff that ends up going over to Josies Hideout, which was the spot I was at yesterday, was a really awesome little trip. Nobody expected that. I just suggested it as we were standing there, and all the VWs lined up behind me. So we rolled on into Josies Hideout, parked up front, had all the Volkswagens lined up. We were there fairly early. It was kind of fun to show up there once again, but this time driving a different vehicle than the little Ford Roadster, obviously. But the scene was definitely cool, and another stunning day. Anyway, love this place. It's a great venue. First, we just stopped there to kind of gather up and made sure we had a good solid line of cars together, and everybody made it up over the pass. But we decided to stop, have a quick beer, hang out a little bit, and then continue our path. And as we were sitting there, we did get there fairly early. As we were sitting, the bikes started to roll in, the parking lot started to fill up, and eventually we decided it was probably time to give up the space here out front and let the biker guys have their day. So hopped on in the little Wolseley here, lined up with all the bikes, and off we went. So definitely odd man out in this particular situation, but everybody seemed to dig the car. In any case, off we rolled on down the hill with our next destination being Garage 79, which is out on Highway 79, and it's run by a buddy of mine. It's a great little roadhouse, awesome spot to stop. They had food going for us, some wonderful beers and stuff, and we stopped and had a great afternoon of chatting and BSing and having a good time. So in any case, big long weekend of a lot of car fun, and I'm glad you came along with us. I hope you enjoyed the trip. I certainly did. Keep on digging them up and driving them.